Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everybody's well. Happy New Year's. Got home yesterday. Unbelievable, too, because I thought, okay, it's going to be an absolute nightmare because we're leaving. We got up yesterday morning, New Year's Day, and had breakfast, put the kids on a bolt from Pattaya back to the apartment in Bangkok, and then had the car there and took off. No traffic whatsoever. Even in Pattaya at 9 o'clock, 6 hours, which usually takes seven, maybe a little bit more, to get from Pattaya to Surin. 6 hours. Of course, I was a little heavy footed, maybe 120, 125. But everybody, hey, what's everybody doing? Daniel was in. Douglas, how you doing? Mr. Mitch, how are you, brother? What's happening? Um, Walking in my shoe. You know what? I saw you guys did. I got to go back and watch it. You guys walked around, right, in Pattaya, on whatever New Year's Eve or whatever. I think, right? I hope you're well, both of you. Let's see. Al, how you doing? Uh, Yeah, I was really surprised. Now I didn't leave the room. My wife went out. I've got a little bit of this is going to go. I'm going to do a video. If I think I think I left my camera in the glove box of my wife's car. She took off for work this morning. But let's see. This is from the balcony of the room that we were in. It was really kind of cool. It wasn't in the main towers at the Garden View. If you've seen any of the videos when we went there, I think this is our third or fourth time. These were bungalows. Had to be the original hotel. It was quite nice. You'll see in the video the room. It was real quiet. Uh, Had its own little pool in front of it. It was pretty cool. But my wife took this off of our little. We were on the second floor. They're only two-story deals, but it was cool because the rooms are adjoining, and the whole balcony where you came up the steps, all the way across the front of both of the uh, both of the rooms, which were long, they're big, was there was our balcony. No one else could share it or whatever. Well, the other room if there was someone else in the other room. But it was kind of cool. Had a good time. Did nothing but relax. The video's okay. I think. I don't know. I haven't I haven't started it yet, but got to see Mark, which was cool. Mark's in one of them. How you doing? Had ate lunch at what taco. But yeah, it was. You'll have to see the video. It's like these old. I don't know what they would be called. There was I don't know, but it had to be the original hotel. And then the Garden View is these big towers now, which we've stayed before. The sea view from the over the back big giant pool into the ocean. But yeah, and it wasn't. It was that was that room that I said that I rented like 2 months ago, and it was 1,700 I think a night. And then like 2 weeks before we were going to go, my wife was messing around on her Agoda or whatever, and it was 14,700 or 200 or 500 baht is what I paid for the two rooms, and that was like 50 or 60,000 baht is what they wanted with 2 weeks left. So it was interesting. You'll have to see. Like I said, it was kind of off the beaten track, away from the hotel, um, uh, the main part of the hotel. Breakfast was good. I didn't get any video of the food. I think I've gotten it in the past. It was packed. Used to be all Thai people. Now I want to say the majority of them were Chinese and Russian, German, Middle East. From France, that kind of thing, Europe type deal. A lot of people. But hey, Tommy, how you doing? But it was cool. I had a good time. Uh, Nothing but relaxing. I kicked back the whole time. I ate not great. I mean, my New Year's resolutions, which maybe we'll get into, see what everybody's going to do, is to get healthy. I got to get healthy, man. But I ate Subway twice, and I think I ate Burger King once during the lunch, and then we had. Um, they went out to the seafood market, which they got a little bit of video of that I'll put into the video too. And they had a great time. I made a whole cheesecake. The kids ate the whole damn cheesecake while we were there for the 4 days. Needless to say, they really liked the cheesecake. But Maui's here. Hey, Maui, how you doing? Mark, it's a bit cool this morning. Yeah, it was good to see Mark. Kidded with him a little bit about retiring again, but now he is home. All he's got to look forward to is his Thai wife, of course, taking everything he has, and we're all hoping that our Thai wives are as patient as Brock's. How long has Brock been married? She's the most patient Thai lady in the world, 30 years or something. She's just biding her time for that moment to take everything the Farang has. But had a great time. Had a good time with the family. Mark looked great. He looked like he was happy to be here now. He gets to spend time with his lovely wife and his daughter. So that's kind of cool. Everything was good. I had a good time. Took a bolt. Mark. I didn't. It took like no 45 minutes for the Bolt driver to get to the Taco, and then the traffic going back was horrendous. But nice, kind of kicked back in the car. Gave him some extra tip for having to drive. I don't know what you're. I imagine you were caught in a lot of that traffic too. But I mean, it was amazing when we drove out of there. It was like Pateo was shut down, and it was 9 o'clock in the morning. Granted, I think everybody had probably just went to bed, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, in the morning or something. But freeways and everything were just wide open, and there was a lot. The way we went back from Pattaya, there was a lot of 2 lane, highway, and everybody was moving along at a good pace to where you didn't have to try to pass. It got a little bit congested. People heading from Isan back to Bangkok or that way, and people were getting a little, anxious, wanting to, pull out and head on somebody. But um, unbelievable. I thought it was going to be a nightmare. I thought I was going to be, on the edge of my seat and 12 hours, 14 hours behind the wheel or something, trying to get home. Yeah, it was. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It took longer to find. Yeah, it was. That day they didn't. She went out that night before New Year's Eve, early, and the kids went. I ordered Subway and had it delivered, and then they went out and um, real close to the hotel was a gas station, so she filled up with gas, and then they stopped and got sat down and ate their fill with Thai food. But it was cool. I don't know if I'd do it again, go back to Pattaya for New Year's, but last time we were in uh, Serenity in Koh Chang. Um, the only thing that she didn't want to go, we didn't want to go back to the same hotel because that was the last place that our little Toby ran free before she passed, and so we wouldn't go to the Serenity, but it wasn't. It was kind of because of that, but also to get onto the ferry and stuff. It was kind of a nightmare. Long wait, excuse me, to get on. But I don't know what I'll do next year. Maybe I'll go visit Douglas. Still got to get your way, Douglas. and I'm hoping to. And then got Joe's wedding, I guess, is the end. When is it? The 25th? Is Mitch still here or did he go? No, he's still here. Andy's here. Hey, Andy. Hope you're feeling well, man. We were talking about you. Were your ears burning when me and Mark were eating? But hopefully everything is well on your end now. Uh, I know. I'm waiting to, Douglas. I'm going to make it one way or another. I'm pretty much wide open. I might go, or what I think I'm going to do. Not even might. I think I'm going to. I'm waiting for the the Forza. I've got to put paperwork and do a little stuff, battery, and clean it up and get it ready. And I think I'm going to take it to go visit Aaron before he goes back to the U.S. So maybe Saturday, this Saturday, what's that, a couple of days, just for the night. Go up there, maybe eat dinner with them and say goodbye to them and then come back. Then I've got Joe's deal. And then after that, we don't have anything until Sokran. So I got 2 months. So that maybe, hey, Nanette, Happy New Year. I did catch Nanette put a little preview deal up on Happy New Year. Um, Yeah, I could do that. I could do that, Maui, for sure. Especially, I don't think my wife's going to go. She's going back and forth. And do I fly her into Hua Hin and pick her up and then take her there and then bring her back and drop her back off and fly her to Bangkok and, and put her through all that for 2 days? I told her it's up to her. She likes to just relax when she's off. But so I don't think she's going to go. So if she doesn't go, I'm going to make like a week long 7 day trip out of it. I'm going to take, maybe I'll stay in Hua Hin for a couple of days and then go into the wedding and then maybe come back and spend a couple of days or stop at some beaches, do what I want to do and take my time, which would be better. Just take the truck and go. I was going to thinking about pulling the trailer, which I still might do too. I don't know, but we'll have to see. Ah, cool. Then I'll see you both. I'll see you both there. Yeah, I'll be there. It should be fun, I guess. I hope. But let's see. Thanks for all the kindness. Is doing good. Sore, yeah, I bet you are. 6 week recovery now. Hopefully, back to normal and start traveling again. You're an animal. Good for you. But when I was talking to Mark about it, because talked about it before, all of a sudden, boom, it's Christmas. You know how these years are ticking off, faster and faster and faster the older and older we get. But again, I'm going to say it again. It's before we know it, it's going to be Christmas again. But we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So if people are out there and on the edge of, do I want to retire? Don't I want to retire? Do I want to, and you're not going to retire where you're at, and you feel comfortable in retiring with, the money you have and whatever you have to go. I would retire 24 hours earlier than I thought I could if I could, or 1 day or 2 days or 5 or a week or a year. But and come and try out Thailand or at least Southeast Asia. Uh, like I said, there's a lot of cool places. I know that Robert Mack, I caught part of his. I don't know if he's still alive or not. He did a live stream from Vietnam. His wife is Vietnamese, but uh, there's a lot of nice places. The thing I like about Thailand is I just like everything about it, the culture, the people. I don't know. I don't get into the government crap and all that, but I don't. It seems better than normal. But according to all my friends in the United States, they're saying I'm lucky to be where I'm at and not back home. So I take that. So we'll see. Let's see. It says Mitch will be there too. He'll see you there, Robbie. Let's see. Nat said hi to Mitch. But yeah, it should be a blast. But I think I'm going to take if my wife doesn't go, even if she goes, I might blow out early and then, like I said, fly her into Hua Hin and pick her up, and then I've had Joe get me two pool access or a pool access room for 2 nights, and I think it's the 20. Do you know, Mitch? Is it 25th and 6th or 4th and 5th? It's the end of this month, so it's going to be here before you know it. We had a 44. Wow, very young children, and is with his wife. Yeah, and I just turned 68, looking like I'm 86. But I don't know. I feel better. I have been doing more. We went out. I was walking up and down stairs, and I didn't go crazy. But we also went to that theater, which they'll be in the video too. It's kind of cool. Wasn't as good as a first class lounge in an airport, but it was kind of cool. It was something to do. And like I said, I think it was 1,100 baht for the movie the hour before, and they had little um, uh, sampler foods and your drinks, all the drinks you want and whatever. And then they asked you what popcorn you want and drinks. And when they ushered you off to the electric seats, which were freaking awesome. My wife got one of each. There was two different kinds of cheeses, a caramel and paprika or something, and there was four bags, good sized bags. Me and her didn't even put a dent in them. Sitting on the chairs waiting for us, and the kids sat next to us in their two chairs, and it was something to do, something different. Like I said, I was going to critique it in the video, and I haven't obviously edited the video yet, but it was okay. It was something that if you got a bunch of people together, it might be fun to go do. Anyway. Yeah, did I don't know if I told you, Matt, that the guy has my finally got the 750 over to the guy that where I camped my wife's boss's property, and I heard Harleys and stuff going in and out of his property. And he does work on Triumphs and Harleys and Hondas and all of them. So he called me over there. I went over there and took it around the block, and I was impressed. Still had a little bit of a pop, and he said he wants to get. He says it's ethanol or whatever in the gas tank. I don't know. I didn't put any gas in it, so um, he said he wants to dump that out, clean the carburetors one more time. He said the all the everything in the carburetor seems fine. He doesn't have to rejet it or anything. The jets look fine. He just needs to clean it one more time, and it's done. I've got some running boards, floorboards for it that I got to give him, and a sissy bar for the back, and then I'm ready to go. And I'll probably take I don't know. I'm gonna take a 4-hour trip somewhere, probably towards Tat Panom, and I still haven't give Chuck that freaking crab deal. So maybe I'll go there just to run it for a night and drop it off with them, stay the night, and then come back. So hopefully I'll have that. I've got to take it over and get it registered. It still isn't. When I tried to start it up to take it over there, even though it wasn't running all that great, it wouldn't start at all. So, and I didn't want to start pulling everything apart. Hey, Robert, how you doing? I was just telling everybody you're doing a live stream, but I was really impressed with that bike, and I still have. He told me. I said, you know what? I'd like to have louder pipes on it, and he said, ride it around the block and tell me what you think. But it really, really does remind me of my Dyna. The pipes I was kind of impressed with. They sounded okay. They don't look the greatest. I'd rather run straight pipes, but I was impressed with whatever he did to it. It ran a hell of a lot stronger, and plenty of horsepower and everything. I don't know what they have, 40, 50 horsepower, 30, whatever it was. For its 45 cubic inches was plenty for this old bastard. I mean, it got up and went. I did buy some grips for it. I bought somehow on the property here under the cover, somebody had smashed one of the mirrors. So I ordered a couple of skeleton hand mirrors, black, and some grips, and another set of running boards, which my mother-in-law found this morning when we got back, because I figured they're not going to find them. I think they're going to come from Lasada today or tomorrow. But I'm really, like I said, man, I kind of dig it. Not familiar with water cooled, not too hep on the solid back wheel. I might get that changed. But what I figured I'd do is go ahead and leave the pipes, leave it like it is, and then ride it and see what it's all about. Okay, what did I miss? Everybody's just hello, hello, hello to Kenny. Hey, Jake, how you doing? Happy New Year to you, Kenny, and somebody. Happy New Year to you. Your fish still alive? I know. I just watched the video on the. You just put a bunch of them in the pond too, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. Is there a bunch of football games? It's New Year's Day in the States, right, Jake? I believe so. But I figured I'd go on. I'm surprised there's 19 people in here now. Just for the hell of it, I haven't been. I've been on vacation myself, but like I said, I've got a lot of a lot of extra energy. My knees still hurt like hell, but I'm going to try that. They've got some stuff I'm going to try before, as I wait to lose the kilos to be able to get my knee replaced. If I could do that, so this new stuff or some new stuff is out. As far as it's not stem cells, but it's something else that I want to try first. Yeah, the bike's pretty cool, man. Like I said, it sits almost exactly like the bars aren't, but it sits almost exactly like my '08 Dyna. Weighs, of course, half the weight, but it doesn't have the wheels on it. It's got the exact same size wheels and on it as the Dyna. The actual Honda came with an inch smaller, I think, on the front and the back. Now they're 19 and 16. I don't, whatever they are, they're the same as I looked at it. And the seat height is like within a half an inch, and everything. It's a cool bike, and for the money you can pick them up. They're actually getting to be a little bit more money. You can pick up the 400s or the 600s for a lot cheaper, under 100. But the 750s are 110, 20, 30, 50. But still, within, not, going out and laying out, $750,000 to buy a Harley, which this one, I'm going to have to ride it once or twice a week. It's carbureted. If I did buy something that was fuel injected, I wouldn't have to do that. Um, but I should get out there and ride the damn thing a couple times a week anyway, even if I just run it over to Buriram and back or something. We'll have to see. Ah, cool, cool. Yeah, the water looked good. I was, a lot of people, like my wife, bought these goldfish, those fancy goldfish, and they kind of died off. You put them in the front pond, and she said, "What's the matter with them?" I said, "I don't see anything the matter with them." Well, I went back and checked the temperature range, and man, 85, 88, 90 degrees is like absolute top. Well, this water will get 92, 94 degrees, and I think that killed off a lot of fish. A lot of people, koi are reaching their limits there too, and I see a lot of people that I feel bad for on Facebook. Oh, I've had these fish, and they're always talking about, they think it's oxygen or they think it's this or that. They've got these big, massive fish that they've had for 3 or 4 years that just keep getting bigger and bigger. And sure, they're gonna suck the oxygen more, but they don't realize, you need to have some depth in your pond, if for anything, for temperature. But mine's 2 meters deep, but I see some of these ponds that aren't even a meter deep, and they'll get hot, they'll get warm. But anyway, I'll get off the koi. Did Nikki here? Did I see somebody say hi to Nikki or no? But Jake says yes. College football playoffs. The Sugar Bowl has been postponed until tomorrow because of terrorists. Oh, people, man. I'm glad I'm here. I caught part of your video, John, right before I came on. I didn't know how long you were going to be on. Happy New Year's to you. Hope you're well and your family. Uh, love is like oxygen. Yeah, I just feel bad for some of the people that that have them. If you keep the water good, but I think here in Thailand, they it could be oxygen. It could be oxygen. They do have test kits to test the water, But when you started out with the pond was overloaded when you put your 10 or 15, 8, 10-inch fish in there. And now it's 3 years later and you know, they're 3 times that big and they're in a shallow pond. Yeah, and especially when you look at them, I feel bad because a lot of the ones that I see, the fish are healthy. Some of them I see the fish are, hammered. They're probably ammonia and everything else. Their water's probably crap. But anyway, I'm back on the koi again. Um, hey, Craig, how you doing? Happy New Year's to you. Uh, I want to still get that way too. So, like I'm talking after Joe's deal, I'll be back here February. I'll have all of February, all of March, 2 months to make it that way. And I still want to pull the trailer, I think, on that trip and just take my time and crawl over towards you guys and spend a little bit of time on the road. I know my wife won't like it, but she's not liking that I want to take the Forza to Aaron's. We'll have to see. I haven't even told Aaron. Well, I told him I was going to want to come up before, but I haven't told him a day because he's going back, I think, on 7. What is I don't even know what today's the 2nd. Yeah, so I'd have to go. Yeah, I think, excuse me, Saturday or Sunday, whatever's Aaron is going to be good with him. It'll be fun, I think. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Happy New Year's to you, brother. Me, I know I'm trying, right? And it's coffee, which is sad. I did have a drink, 2 margaritas with Mark had one, I had two at the Taco, and the tacos were good, and we had that meetup at the other taco place. Um, I'd say the other one, the margaritas were a little bit better. The food was good at both places. So, but yeah, so I actually got to have a couple of margaritas with some Mexican food and got to eat Subway twice, which excited me more so than the Burger King. The Burger King was okay; it was a hamburger, but I jones for a God. I wish I was back in the States so I could go get a good sub sandwich. But the Subway at least gets me through the jonesing of a Italian sub. Not a Mike's or something like that in the valley or something. But I'll get back there. I got to go back next year. I think well, the wife wants to go, so we'll have to see. I got a good drink out of it that time, John. But yeah, so I feel like I have extra energy. Why? I haven't a freaking clue. Um, just I don't know. Maybe moving around instead of just laying around here all day. So my New Year's resolution is to get moving. So I'm going to go back to the gym, even if I just go over there and pedal the bike for an hour, and then talk to them about it. And again, it'll be lightweight crap just to get in shape, eat better. Which that was it. New Year's and that trip. Now I'm going to it, and I think I'm even going to get rid of the rice soup. Can't be good. The white rice can't be good for my blood sugar and shit. So I'm gonna have to start making breakfast. I think myself, either that or teach my mother-in-law how to, make. All I really want, if she could just make me a couple of scrambled eggs, I would be happy. But I can do that myself. I'm more than capable. Excuse me of cooking. Yeah, there you go. Now there's a heart attack waiting to happen. I haven't had, and that's my favorite. I think there's one steak place that makes a marinated skirt steak in the San Fernando Valley, in a deli that has been there, and I think it's like $25 now for breakfast. But the way and what they marinate it with is just, and it's been the same for 20, 30 years. I've been going there for it. I think they're still open. They were the last time I was there. But I think chicken fried steak would be the next favorite deal, and that's pretty most of the time. It's pretty, at least the places in California, all their chicken fried steaks are very similar. Gravies will vary a little bit, but nothing better than something like that, and a big open-faced biscuit loaded up with sausage gravy. Now I'm getting hungry, but I got to stay away from that. My wife's whipping me up salads left and right ahead of time with boiled chicken, and just need to eat better, man. Yeah, and exercise and just walk my fat ass around. And it's tiring because I'm a fat bastard, but it also my knees are bone on bone, so it gets quite painful too. But I'm used to the pain. I've had it since I was 18, so you'd think I could man up and and walk through it, yeah, which I will. But I do need to. I do need to. Got to do it, man. Either that or die, one of the two, because I'm just being without any energy and not wanting to do anything and not wanting to. That ain't me, you know. And maybe I'll get on a motorcycle with a V twin of some sort like that. That shadow, maybe that'll ring some bells in my head and go out and have some fun. But I know I got to check out one of those 400s. Uh, they look. I mean, when you look at them on Marketplace or whatever, I mean, they got to be small. This one, I mean, does it still look small with me on it? Probably. So does my dyno when I sit on my dyno. But it's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to getting it out and riding it. I got to get a. I have a dry bag here, which I can't find. So I don't know if the kids. I had a 90 liter and a 66 liter, I think. Hey, Nanette, thanks for becoming a member. Um, if not, I'm going to order another one. That's why I bought that little, and I don't even know if it fits. It's been here for 8 months. I got to find it, like you had to find the running boards. But it's just a little sissy bar, yay high, and it's got. I don't even know if it has a pad on the back. It might, and then it's got a little shelf on the back rack coming off, maybe yay big. That would be perfect. Just an overnight thing. I'm not going to go. If I'm going to go out and go somewhere for 3, 4, 5 days, I'll take the Forza. But if I'm just going to go, like if I go to Tatpanoma or whatever, just to spend the night, a 40 liter dry bag would be more than enough. And I'm going to put a little bag or something. I got a tool pouch somewhere, and and then I'm going to get a little bag to go across the bar just to hold my passport and wallet and shit. But I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I wrote it and I grabbed it and the thing took off. It's kind of weird, I got to put shoes on, riding with my flip flops. Almost called them thongs. My flip flops on. It's a little sketchy, but I'll probably still ride that way. Yeah, but I got them here, but I don't know. I got to order another one. Just because I mean, if I'm just going away for the night, what do I need? Another pair of pants, a shirt, and that's it pretty much. Toothbrush, toothpaste, shaver. Don't even need a shaver. So we'll see. Mitch had to take over. We're rolling. Take care. Are you still there? I think you're still there, right? I think Mitch is moving there. It seems like maybe he's leaving. Maybe he's going to be moving to Tatpanome. Smoking heroin. I did want to. I was, and I might still. In fact, Mitch is going to go there. I might have Mitch grab me a couple of gummies. I got to check the local stores. I could go get them myself. But I haven't ingested any kind of THC in a long time. Like I said, it used to back in the day. I overdosed, if that even possible, but smoked an ounce in a bomb shelter with one friend. And after that, for some reason, I couldn't smoke it anymore. Got real paranoid and shit. And then when this friend of mine was getting married, she had cancer. They all started smoking, and I used to get these cluster headaches. I think I told you guys. And it came around to me, and I said, what the hell? And I took, and I had a cluster headache coming on. That was, I'm going to say, over 20 years ago. Okay. or probably about 20 years ago. And I used to get them once. I used to get them 4, 5, 6 times a week. And out of that time, one of them would almost bring tears to my eyes. That's how painful it was. And my doctor gave me a thing to shoot something up my nose to make sure it wasn't a migraine. He said, when you get the headache, put this in your nose, and if it goes away in 30 seconds, it's a migraine. If not, it's a cluster headache, and there's not much I can do. And son of a bitch, it was coming on, and I took that hit off of that joint they were passing around like I was a hippie in the 70s, and it never transpired. And I had my nephew roll me 3 cigarettes in a cigarette rolling machine out of the trimmings off of the OG that I grew, and that lasted me those 3 cigarettes for a year, maybe longer. And I would just take a puff every once in a while. I don't even think I got high. Maybe I did, but I haven't had a headache in 20 years. Not even a regular headache, let alone the cluster headaches. So, and people say that there isn't any kind of medicinal purpose to that. Do I know or think it's the THC? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's the cannabinoids. But whatever it is, the freaking Egyptians knew that there was something happening with that plant. So anyway, so yeah, I was amazed, but I thought maybe I'd try a gummy and see if I could still keep my wits and not turn into an asshole, which I don't think I would. I don't think it's like alcohol, but anyway, let's see. Hey, brother Ron, happy New Year's to you, my friend. Uh, yeah, man, and yeah, okay, that'll be. I could talk about that in this one, but that could be a whole separate deal. I will do that. And brings on anxiety, and certain people smoke 24/7 during college and can't touch it now. Yeah, and that's the way it was, but it's been a long time. And I mean, when I was in high school, we cornered the market on it. I mean, we had the narc that was there was an ex. That's a whole nother story, which I can't even tell. It'll have to be a separate channel. Um, that patrolled there. He was an ex motor cop. He was 6'8", 6'9", 450 pounds, and he rode a little Puj, moped around the campus. And that was the when I was there was the first year that they had a closed campus. I think in 74, 73, somewhere in there. And we were the only ones that me and my friends, a little close knit group of about 6 of us, were the only ones that got to leave the campus. He just let us do whatever we want. Now, I rode my panhead there, so we would go to my mom's house and party and have a good time. But it was it was he would tell us we were the only ones that would sell anything in there, because if anybody else sold anything, we would strong arm them. We were the first. You ain't selling nothing. We're the only ones that sell stuff here. And if you look back in the day, back in the mid 70s, every high school in the San Fernando Valley, they used to infiltrate them with those 20, 25, 26-year-old cops that looked like they were 15. They would infiltrate them, and they'd all get busted except for Cleveland. And Cleveland High School, they never mentioned. No one got busted because people would come up. Hey, you got anything? No, I don't know what you're talking. Get out of here. I have no clue what you're talking about. Get away from me. And then when we got the all clear signal from him that they were no longer there, then we'd go back to our business. So every day I would smoke. Every day I'd get high, and then that one day I did, and that was it. Couldn't do it anymore. Light up the bong. Story time. But yeah, I don't. I think I'd like to try it. I would take a very minute deal, and keep add up to where I wouldn't want to, like Rob was saying, I don't want to, get all paranoid and shit. But what's to get paranoid over? I mean, everything's legal now, and I don't know. We'll have to see. D9 gummies are some of the stuff legal in every state. In Idaho, they actually help me settle down. Yeah, my one buddy that passed away, that had the air conditioning business. He was young, an alcoholic, um, died from alcoholism, whatever. But I told him, before that, he'd smoke every night, just one little puff off of it, and it would put him to sleep. And I told him, I said, man, stop the liquor, man, stop the alcohol, and just dive into the THC. Get higher than a kite constantly if you want to. Because when they told him, he went in 2 or 3 times. I think I told the story, bleeding out every orifice in his body, and the doctor told him, if you stop drinking, your organs will heal and you will live. But if you don't, you will die. And the second time he went in, the doctor said, you must think maybe I'm kidding with you or joking or something. But you're going to die if you don't stop drinking. And the third time he came in, they tried to resuscitate him and start his heart. And I think he was 56. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with definitely with THC. Do I think people are crazy to smoke it? Back in the day, that I thought that was the only way you could really get it into your system. But now, knowing in these days, that would be the worst and last choice of doing it. Gummies or some other way of getting it in would be a lot better, obviously, for your body. Let's see. I've been to your house. But I mean, that's why what cracked me up in the states was, the pharmaceutical companies were the ones that were making the government take as long as they did to get them to pass, because it was like, medicinally, how could you even say no? Just logically, I don't, excuse me, but I don't want to take your synthetic morphine. But if you let me smoke or ingest this plant that grows out of the ground organically, that's my choice. The only people that ruined it were the pharmaceutical companies, because they couldn't patent the plant. So they couldn't make their money off of it. But it just never made any sense to me. You want to fight back and forth on recreational use, that we could debate that crap all day. But there should have been never any kind of an issue or discussion. It should have been immediately approved in every state in the United States. But of course they didn't. But I just never understood it. Hey, how you doing? Happy New Year's, Brock. Hope you're well. Yeah, I went a lot of nights with woke up hungover big time, and between the alcohol and the weed and the downers and whatever I could shove into my body back in the 70s, I would wake up not remembering that I stopped at Jack in the Box on the way home, and half-eaten food laying on my chest in my bed, and not remembering even stopping at a place at Jack in the Box. That's a bit scary, uh, but that's one of the reasons why I don't that I don't drink now. Uh, but yeah, it never made any sense, and I still don't even know what's happening here. I mean, people tell me, I haven't really read. If I really wanted to get into it, I probably should read deal. But is it legal or not legal? I mean, obviously they're not enforcing anything here in Thailand, but I'm gathering it's legal. Somebody could probably tell me. I know that James used to come on his. He's kind of shying away from YouTube, I think, but and I used to take updates from him on what was going on. Yeah, my favorite food, that secret sauce. Man, when they, this is how bad I was back in the day. I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. They stopped making secret sauce. You couldn't get secret sauce. I don't know whether they thought they were going to become a fancy restaurant or something. And I actually wrote them emails and sent it to them, going, "What, are you crazy? your whole business is built on that secret sauce, and you're going to stop. And that's when they started making the packets, where they used to have the thing in the back, which they still have, I think, now in the back and the packets, which is even better for me because I used to tell them, just I want the thing to just drip freaking sauce. I want it in my beard. I want it on my clothes. I want it. I could just drink that shit out of a bottle, which is probably not good for me. But it was nice being able to tell them, because sometimes they would go, "Oh, well, this is a lot," and I'd get it, and it wasn't. And so I'd always, how many packets can you give me? I'll buy them or whatever it is. And so I get them. They put the extra on. If it was there, then I had packets extra for next time. If it wasn't, I had the packets to put on it. But secret sauce was being just a regular hamburger. I'd get two of their, what was it, 69 cents for two tacos. Those horse meat or whatever was in them, they were delicious, deep fried tacos, which never like any taco I've ever had in my life, for 69 cents. And then I'd get two hamburgers and with extra secret sauce. And I think the hamburgers back then were 49 or 59 cents. I think the whole thing was under $2, or something like that. Under $2. And I'd be set for, and I'm jonesing it right now. What really freaked me out, the last time that I went when my mom passed away, I didn't stop. I drove by a bunch of them, and I didn't stop at a Jack in the Box. I kicked myself in the ass now, but and that's one thing, to this day, Jake, I have not eaten a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and and everybody tells me I gotta at least try it. So next time I go, I'll make sure I go to the Jack in the Box, and I'll definitely find a Chick-fil-A place and try their stuff. It's like that's the way that secret sauce is to me. Went to California, a whole new world opened up. Yeah, we got every possible fast food place in the world in California. That's for sure. When my niece moved to Colorado, man, she was jonesy because, and this place doesn't really flick my switch. Is that drive-through burger? What is it called? The drive-through burger place. Somebody got, my mind's gone. I'm old. Um, anyway, what she would plan her trips to drive back to California, where the closest. Somebody give it to me. What is it? Um, what the hell's the name of it? Come on, Jake. You never been? Not McDonald's. The place of that drive-through deal where they. It's like one of the biggest burger places around. They make doubles, triples, quadruple, deals, and God, my mind. Anyway, they would drive, even if they had to go out of their way coming out of Colorado to hit the first one that they could get to get their in and out. That's it. Jake finally closed down due to crime. And I told you guys about that Jack in the Box story, didn't I? Me and a friend, 3 o'clock in the morning, my brother in line, we're in line, and I started being and a buddy, and just started giving the guy a load of shit, man, and just started in on him. And then my buddy drove up to the window, and I stayed back because my brother was 3 or 4 cars back, and I started hammering the guy through the Jack in the Box, and I had my back to the window, and I'm talking to my brother, and my brother said, Kenny just went through the window. So I ran up there, went through the window, and it was the funniest thing ever. So there was two guys there that wanted to stand up, and they got knocked down and knocked out, and and there was these two kids in the back at the back door, and they were young, and they looked, and you could see in their eyes, Jack in the Box does not pay us enough freaking money for this, and out the back door they went. Now I got a whole freaking lobby up in the front full of people, and I'm throwing food. I'm drunker than hell. And I said, the cook seems to be incapacitated at the moment, so it might be a minute for your food. And anyway, we climbed back out the window and drove out. And I realized once we got out, you could hear the sirens going off. And I said, "We didn't get our food. Turn around." And thank God, he was a little bit more on the sober side. He said, "No, we're not going back." And I thought for sure we were going to jail for life, because I thought for sure the manager, would have said, shoved all the money out of the register into his pocket and said, "We've been robbed. We've been this. We've been that." And I had a freaking company shirt on that said the company name here and my name here. And my buddy Kenny is an Indian, couldn't grow hair on his face to save his life, and he was 5'8", maybe, one of the toughest bastards I ever had around me. And the description that was in the paper was two guys 6'4" with beards, biker looking dudes. And anyway, we went into hiding for a while. Never got. But after that, every McDonald's, everybody that had the big giant windows went to those little deals that opened up only 12 inches wide. Within a week, they all had them replaced. Let's see. God, I'm really surprised I didn't know. Let's see. What did I miss here? But I got to try that Chick-fil-A, because I've had more than one person tell me about that. And like Jake was talking, it's like crack. Florida alligator 9 years ago. The guy behind us in the Jack drive-thru was beeping. So after getting his food, we pulled ahead, 2 car lengths, put in reverse, and power slamming. Yeah, man. We used to go, because that Jack in the Box by my mom's house, right at Tampa and Roscoe, I think it's still there. Was the last time I was there. Of course, now my mom's house is sold, but that we were there since 1957 or 8. And it 24 hours, man. And there was a Pup and Taco on the other corner. And that it was like, of course, the valley has completely changed. When I was there just a year ago or whatever for my mom's sale, just driving around, it was like, man, every inch they've got something built on the valley. Valley was pretty wide open when I was a kid in the 70s, late 60s, 70s. It was fun, grow up there. That's when, in fact, I had bought the first bikes that we got were CBs and the SLs, I think, 69 and 70, 71, 72 Honda 350s. And I had a CB, and I had them from when I was 14 and a half, when I got my, you could get your permit back then. Of course, you couldn't ride with the passenger, which I didn't pay attention to, and you couldn't ride after dark, and we did that every night. But I had that for like about 3 or 4 months. I think I was 15 and a half, and I got my, from the same person with the Jack in the Box. He had a Sportster 72 1200, and struts on the back. If you don't know what struts are, you take the shocks off and you put just a metal chrome bar in there and make it rigid. And big ass Springer front end 21. It was a nightmare to ride. And had that for about 6 months, and then I got my Panhead when I was 16 and a half, I think, and rode that to high school and stuff. But anyway, when my wife that passed away, when we were in Stanford, I found one and I bought it, and I actually got it running when we were there. Gave me something to do, keep my mind off of it, at night. I could putz around with it. And I put it on a trailer and drove over. Her sister came and dumped it back off at my house, and came back, and then took her back, and then she passed away. And I never did anything with it. It needed all the cables replaced. It had a dent in the gas tank, needed to be repainted, and have the carburetors done right, and have it go in. And I told my buddy the other day, he was so excited, my Italian friend that lives in, that I've known forever, since we were little, and I gave it to him. So I gave him my son's number, and they're gonna get it, and he's gonna have somebody come pick it up and bring it to Phoenix, and he'll probably take it to either somebody that knows a bunch of Hondas or to the Honda dealer. But it was just it brought back memories to me, you know. But they're hard to find now and shit. Those old Hondas. Back then, 350 was the only thing we could afford. The 500 4 cylinders and the 750s and stuff. People were chopping the living shit out of them, and they were hard to find and out of our price range. But the 350s fit quite nicely when you're, 15 years old or 15 and a half. Was it 14? 15 and a half when you get the permit. But anyway, you got an SL. Yeah, second first gear. Yeah, it was my first experience. I don't know if I told you guys this or not. We had Honda 90s when I was little, and me, my Italian friend George, the air conditioning guy, a couple other guys, the 5 or 6 of us that went through grade school, through middle school and high school together. Um, when we were in uh, junior high, so what are you, 12, 13, something like that? I had mine, and the same I told you about his dad, my that had the air conditioning company, was more like a father. I didn't really have a father, so he he was the guy that I told you taught us about rebuilding motors, and if he didn't have anything, let's go pull the 350 out of my truck. It doesn't need to be rebuilt, but we're going to rebuild it anyway, and stuff like that. Well, he had us welding the cams up in this 90, trying to find the lift and duration that worked the best to get the most horsepower. So that means you tore it apart, you brazed it up, you made it to what you thought was going to be or different from the one that you had tore apart an hour ago, and start it up and see how it runs. And no, that ain't going to work. And then do it, and we found something. But had a straight pipe, had I think it was ½ inch or 3/4 inch galvanized pipe coming out, and I fired that thing up one morning and rode it to school. The junior high was about 2.5 miles. We used to walk every morning to school, and parked it in the bike racks, and then was in my class, and all of a sudden my mother comes walking in with the principal and pulled me out and told me can't do that. But anyway, the Honda 90 was the first. Well, I had many bikes. The Taco. I don't know. Did you guys have Taco 22s and stuff like that? Was there Taco 22, Taco 44? Mine was purple. I don't know. I don't know what you guys had. If you had them, if you remember what the tacos were, they had Briggs and Strattons on them. How did we get back? Now we'll probably get back to all that too again, Jake. But yeah. So anyway, so I still Jones for the Jack in the Box. I'm jonesing for it right now. But what I think I'm going to what I think I'm going to do is my wife wants to go. I still got to. I guess I have to. Anybody know in the chat here what I have to do to get her a visa? I have to go to the American Embassy, or she does, and schedule a meeting. Right? You have to meet, and I guess I should just start poking around the page. From what everybody's told me in the past is that she's not going to have any problems. She works for the government. She owns 2 houses. She owns 2 cars. She owns 10 scooter bikes. She has 2 children that she shouldn't have a problem. It should be fairly easy. Um, but I want to go. She wants to go. So, and the people that are in the States that were in contact with her, my cousin being one of them, and my 2 of my good friends, when I was laying half dead in the hospital, they've wanted to meet her since then because they think she's like me, that she's an unbelievable woman. But I want to do that. Let's see what happened. Don't mention Disneyland. My favorite place, man. I'm a 15-year-old kid at heart, man. There was nothing better than running there and chasing little girls around when I was a little boy. And the biggest thing back then was towards the end of the night, getting a gal and riding the Matterhorn with a gal, and that was if you achieved that pinnacle when you went to Disneyland, you were you were a god. But anyway, Dave, hit me up online. I can walk you through it. You can do it online if request goes in person. The consulate in Chang. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I will. Jake, I'll wait until till it's earlier in the day, and you've got and not a football day, and I will definitely hit you up. I appreciate it. Um, I heard it's especially with her, like I said, because she works for the government. I mean, there's everything points to their. They said you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. So we'll see. Let's see. What did I miss? Did I miss anything good? Is this L350? That was the one that my buddy had. But like I said, I never seen him so excited. I mean, he's got the house that he has there is just unbelievable. A couple $1 million home in Phoenix on a huge piece of property. But I never seen him so excited about getting a kind of a Christmas gift of that Honda 350. Because like me, we look at that and we just the barrage of memories just pelt you, of what you did back in the day. It was fun. Kawasaki 250. Yeah, we had the only two-stroke bikes we had were the stuff that we rode in the dirt. Back then it was Bull Taco, Husqvarna, um, Yamaha, and that kind of stuff. That was the only real. I never really had a two-stroke, and I'm imagining it's a two-stroke street bike, and maybe it wasn't even a street bike. Ron, you'll have to enlighten me. But well, yeah, but I love my dirt bikes. Yeah, but now I see these bikes, man. It's just like we used to go, of course, monoshock. What is that? That kind of stuff. So you got beat up pretty good. And I see it now. I see these bikes that got like, it seems like 6 foot of travel, on the back of them. It's like riding a cloud. It wasn't like that. Yeah, Husqvarna. Yes, Husky. Um, we would jump out of the Mr. Toad's wild ride and run around and get thrown out. Yeah, I got escorted. Tiki Room used to serve dinner. I don't know if it still does or not. And me and my cousin were on the those things that went across the sky, and we had those little silver balled cardboard centered BBs that you used to shoot in the gun, and we were dropping them on people. And when we got to the other side, they pulled us aside and said, "What are you doing?" Oh, nothing. Why? It's candy. And the guy said, "Eat some." So I chomped on a couple, spit them out. I said, "All right, so it's not candy. What can I do?" We were young, and this was where you probably would, but our parents would have got arrested. All of a sudden, two of the biggest bastards I've ever seen, at least at 10, 12 years old or whatever we were. I imagine we were probably past 12 or 13 because they let us run amok on our own. With their dressed in their uniform, the Disneyland cops come up and grab us and said, "Where's your parents?" Well, we knew at 6 o'clock we were all meet at the Tiki Room, dinner place, and here we come walking in with these guys, and needless to say, our parents, my mother, wasn't real happy, and our punishment was you go out into this giant parking lot and an old '69 Buick station wagon and sit in there from 6 o'clock until midnight or whatever Disneyland closed, and that was your punishment. They probably would have been arrested for putting kids in a car, right? But yeah, a lot of. I would go to Disneyland again. In fact, if I went back to the States, I'd probably take my wife. I don't know if I could go on the rides that I used to, but I did. I did have some fun. Let's see. Uh, I built what did you build? A hot wire plug that you could unplug and wire and harness the bike behind the ignition plug into my harness and then start steel bikes whenever you needed to ride. Yeah, well, we never Well, we did lift a couple of motorcycles, but that was later on when we were older. But when I was young, it was bicycles. When we were young, and we'd go into parties and stuff, we would steal bikes and ride them there, and ride them back and leave them. And we even got into the point where we would tear them all down, spray paint them, put them up, and sell them. And we'd tell my aunt and uncle we found them in the wash over by the Northridge Fashion Center. And my aunt kind of bid on it. My uncle kind of went, no, no more bikes. So he let us off. We got caught smoking pot in the parking lot, taken to the underground catacombs security base and escaped. Uh, Dave, when we were riding in the U.S. and someone was on your tail on the highway, did you ever throw pennies or beevies over your shoulder, my right? No. Hey, most of the time, people kind of tried to shy away from us. First of all, we weren't the nicest looking people in the cleanest clothes in the world. But it didn't bug it. The more problem I had was running straight pipes. And like I said, to this day, people that say that loud pipes don't save lives are full of freaking shit. I don't know how many times I grabbed that clutch and that pipe and hit that throttle and watched people pull away. That would have for sure, if not crippled me, would have killed me. But no, I never had people get on my ass. I don't think. It's kind of jogging a memory of some sort. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. There might have been one instance. I'll have to try to grind it out of this brain. Back in the '70s, very easy. Yeah, the you know what we did. I don't know if you were Craig, if you were out. Magic Mountain was just being built back then, and we used to go around the back, hike all the way around it, and hop the fence in the back and sneak into to Magic Mountain when it first opened back in the day. Fun fact: all of Disneyland California would fit in the parking lot. Yeah, and I set up a deal. My cousin that passed away with the Lou Gehrig's. He had two sons, his wife that I married him to, and I planned a trip. I said I want to go. You guys want to go? And we planned it all. And I ended up backing out, and they went for 2 weeks to Disney World and Epcot, all that stuff. And I still would. That's still high on my bucket list. I would. I would still like to do that. Like I said, I'm a big giant kid at heart. Yeah, I bet. Impossible now. Yeah, like I said, Magic Mountain was the back was like where they kept all the it was actually quite easy. Um, the couple of few times, and it was quite a hike all the way back and around the back. And well, obviously, I was younger. Yeah, I would like to do that. I mean, I'd like to bring my wife and the kids. Well, they're not kids, 23 and 19 now. They would have an absolute ball. They had a really good time. Just, I mean, they're on top of the world just being able to go somewhere. That's what I love about them the most is, and Thai people in general. You give this much and you get back this gigantic amount of whatever you're giving. It's just freaking amazing. But I enjoy doing for them. You took to Disney World or Disneyland or the big one in Florida or the little one in California. There's other Disneylands in like Japan and shit, right? Too. I think I don't even know. I'm horrible. Um, Always run. Yeah, I did too, and I'm going to probably run them on this 750 too. It's just that I don't know. They did. I did jump on it. The guy said, "Go out and do it." I think maybe they're in Thai to my wife. I think they're louder than you think, and because I never really jumped on it when it was popping and stuff, and they are loud, but not as loud as straight pipes. Let's see. About one, two from Disney. Couple of spare. I appreciate that, Jake. Might take you up on it. You never know. We have to go again because Rolla was 2. Ah, yeah, she'd dig it now, I bet. Back in the day, going to Magic Mountain had only one person to get a beat down to those local. Yeah, it was almost scary to go there after dark later in the later years. In fact, I didn't even really like my kids going there. Um, Gangs and crap like that. Didn't like it. But when we were younger, it was all fun. Everybody was having a good time. But then I think it got worse and worse and worse. Took my wife to all Disneylands. Cool. Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, among probably other Disneyland parks. Yeah, I mean, too bad. Meow and Jim aren't here. That's where he worked for 30 years or something at Disney World, I guess. Uh, hey, happy New Year to you. Hope you and your family are doing well, man. Um, but yeah, hey, what's up, Bobby? Bobby hasn't been here in a while. Hope you're well. Are you here in Surin or are you traipsing around Thailand? I just got back yesterday. Like I said, man, I was never so pleasantly surprised. 6 hours from Pattaya straight to here to Surin, and normally 7 or more. No traffic whatsoever. 120, 100, yeah, just and a lot of 2 lane shit and no traffic, man. The biggest part was coming up over the hill, a little bit, maybe 5-10 minutes of slowdown. Rest of it wide, wide open. Uh, Good to hear. Good to hear, man. Hopefully, this will be a better year. I've had a few bad years, and 2018 was one for me, and they seem to get better. Uh, seem to get better. Let's see. Um, Jim worked at all the Disneyland property in Lake Bonham and all those places back in his hand. Really? Yeah, I know that he was. I know he did a bunch of stuff, but they had offered when they first started watching the channel. It was before they even came over here, and I want to say it was 3 years ago. He had offered to get me tickets and all. Both of them did get me tickets and stuff for free, which they're expensive, man. It costs a lot of money to go to Disney World and with their passes and stuff, especially if you've got a wife and 2 kids. It's not cheap. Uh-uh. Still in BKK. Yeah, you did a live stream from out in Bangkok, right? You're a crazy bastard. You're not going to live much longer. You keep doing that kind of crap. I got to watch it. I didn't see it. I didn't see. I didn't watch anything. Uh, Pretty much. I just kind of kicked back. Uh, but let's see here. My uh, 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 my other computer screen is popping back and forth. Now it's settling down. Small electrical product. All right. Take it easy, Kenny. Have a good day. Hope you're well. Hope everything's going good for you. Next time I go to that, because I'm planning on going back to that little place out by you, Sisaket. I'll let you know. I seen you had a tent in the yard in one of your videos the other day, so maybe we'll go because I once I get the kayak done, that's probably where I'm going to go to do all my testing for a 2 or 3 day trip. So I will let you know. It has gotten so ridiculous. It's cheaper to take the family to foreign one. Yeah, I know. It is, right? I mean, I haven't checked the tickets in a long time, but I know they didn't get any cheaper. So you'll have to see. Cool. Yeah, I'll let you know because once I get it done, I'm hoping just going to take my time and finish up. You can see, well, you can't really because this stuff's up here, but if I take that out, you can see right there, I'm still working on that freaking box to get all that crap fitting in there. I did get the Velcro, so I got to take that. This is the first thing that I'm going to do, and then I've got to get out to the kayak. I did have them put in a pulley system, so I've got the trailer underneath here, and then my truck is next to it, and above the truck, the kayak is right there. So when I'm ready to go, I just lower it down, strap it, and off I go. When I get back home, I pull the truck in, hook it up to the pulley system, and it just stays suspended. So I'll lower that and then start to do the anchor project. There's a bunch of projects on the kayak itself, and then I'm going to schedule a trip, and I'll let you know, which you're probably already gone doing your electrical thing since I'm rambling. Even the China Disney is $90. Yeah, 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 and the food's not cheap, right? It costs you $100 to get in and $100 to feed them, or $100 for each one ticket. Yeah, I mean it's like to go for a 3 day deal or whatever because they got like 3, 5, 7 day tickets you could buy. But I want to say about a couple grand or something. It wasn't cheap. What did Jay say? Let's see. 30 days and counting. Good, cool. Uh, yeah, I haven't catch. I saw JJ was on the Nets. I think little thing she did. Somewhere I saw him, and I haven't caught any of his, and I haven't caught very many of Ted's outdoors videos. I don't know. I haven't been doing a bunch, but like I said, I don't know if you can tell. I've got a lot more energy than I've had, and I don't know why. And I think it's because I've actually got out and done something. So I need to start doing something every day, even if it's just walking down to the end of the street and back. But I do want to get over to the gym and driving there and getting on the bike and maybe doing some light stuff um, will only make me better and eating better too. Uh, I can get discounted Air Force Base. We all go together. Sounds good to me. I would like to take them. It to go anywhere with them. They want to come to the United States too. Probably won't bring them the first time I go. I'll probably just bring my wife and go visit my friends and stuff, and then plan one with them. They want to go, and that one I'll probably include. Worst case scenario is Disneyland in California, and then take them around. They've never been. Uh, well, one they have been out of Thailand. One went to Korea and came in third, got the bronze in that big singing deal that I made a big deal out of. They didn't make. I mean, there was hundreds of countries, United States being in there, and all the other big giant countries, and they took the bronze. Thailand did, unbelievable. But anyway, she went there, and then I think Sim went Thai danced in China for some people there. I think so, Bobby. There's only 13, lucky 13 in here right now. But yeah, I always try to hunt. I appreciate it. But I haven't caught anybody, Ted's or JJ's. I watched your last deal. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do yourself a favor and subscribe. Does some good, humorous and skilled. Man, you flew that thing through that rock. I'm going, man. I would have just totaled my freaking drone, no doubt. He threw it through a hole in a rock, and anyway, he's pretty good with the thing. Um, but I don't know who's better, you or JJ, or is that a sore subject? He's not on here, so we can talk about him. Hey, happy New Year's! I was just thinking about coming Saturday. I'll message you on the Forza. My wife's got to get the paperwork for me, and I need to do a little bit of cleanup on it and charge the battery. I'm thinking about just blowing up early Saturday morning. Maybe we'll parts around. Maybe we'll go to that noodle place and eat, and then just hang, say goodbye to you, and that kind of stuff, and come back. But I'll talk to you. I thought I was. Uh, but yeah, when he goes live, it is most of the people that do when they do go live is hard for me some of the time. Like even when Robert was in the States, trying to catch him, he'd be on at 3 o'clock in the morning, Thai time and stuff. But I tell JJ he's better, but he's I don't know. You're pretty damn good from what I've seen because I'm a freaking spastic. I can fly. I got the 4+ whatever thing. I love it. It's awesome. Although I didn't even bring it to me with me when we went on the last trip. But I'm just not that. I don't fly it enough, to get better, I guess. But I don't really need to. If I'm doing it just for the videos and to have fun, I'm just flying it more, to get scenic shit, you know. Uh, so I don't need to be that good, I guess. Yeah, and whatever's. I mean, you're leaving. I think you're leaving on 7. So I looked on the thing. I think Saturday or Sunday or Monday, one of those three. I'll leave it up to you because I'm the one that's imposing and coming your way. But I'm looking forward to riding, getting on two wheels, and if I had the shadow, I would drive that. It would be a perfect trip because it's 2 hours if you haul ass, 2.5 hours if you just drive the speed limit. But it's quite close from my house to Aaron's house, to where if you guys haven't watched the barbecue, Texas barbecue that he put on that video that I had out, Bobby's got one out, um, Kenny's got one out. Who else? And there's 3 or 4 of them. It was freaking awesome. Food was off the hook. It was a good time. Uh, yeah, a lot of fun. I don't really fly enough either. It seems like every time I fly, I'm learning. Yeah, that's the way I am because it's so, what is this one? Which one's this? It only takes a second and then I can pretty much, I mean, and direct that 4 with all the obstacle shit on it. You got to be pretty much wanting to wreck it, to run it into something. But it's awesome. It was a little on the pricey side, but I had it. I mean, the whole thing fits in that little bag, which makes it perfect for riding, on the bike. But I also bought a Pelican case, made for that, and everything fits in there, and you could drive a car over the damn thing. And that's what I take if I'm traveling in the trailer or in a car where I have the room. But that little bag that it originally comes in is perfect for on a bike. So, mm, Thai food look perfect. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was good. I mean, there was I in my video I put, and I don't know what the hell they call this. Here's the Thai food over on that, but the stuff that Aaron barbecued up was the brisket and the pulled pork, and the ribs was all outstanding, outstanding. Yeah, I think you had plenty to feed the whole freaking neighborhood, or feed everybody there for the next month if they froze it. I think you had a lot of that left over. I didn't see many ribs left at all. I think when I took some ribs, there was only like 5 or 6 of them sitting there. And I didn't see any brisket, but I know that there was plenty of pulled pork. That's kind of my favorite anyway, with a good barbecue. I like a barbecue sauce. Not a big uh, what do you call it? What's that salad? Coleslaw. I'm not a big coleslaw guy. You didn't get any ribs. Yeah, there was when I went over there. There was only, I think I took 2 or 3, and there was only like 5 or 6 left on that tray. So that makes sense. And then the breakfast was outstanding too. It was a good time. Thank you very much for inviting me. I watched Bobby's. I still have to watch her version. Yeah, Bobby's is probably better anyway. Mine ain't that good. Hoping work will be slow tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, that's what I get up this morning. I get up at 4 o'clock. And that's what I usually catch up on most of the stuff that I see. There's no interruptions. There's no nothing, and I can watch some stuff. But most of the time, when John comes on Poe on the Go or something like that, I catch his live streams. He's usually on at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning Thai time. So Jake wants to come over. Uh, I only like KFC. I'm not a big coleslaw guy. Now beans, I like the beans. The beans that we doctored up, they were okay. There was nothing wrong. I liked them because I like beans, but it seemed like everybody ate them. They ate them, but yeah, I think the only taste that I got of the brisket was when you cut and brought me that one strip. That was all I got of the brisket. The brisket went fast for sure, uh, but yeah, it was definitely a yeah. That's what all I got, Bobby. Don't feel like a lone wolf. All I got was the sample he gave me. Potato salad, and I could eat a bowl full of potato salad, especially when I make it. I make pretty good potato salad. And the that and for dessert, my favorite is cheesecake. So I did have a piece of that. I made two for there, and people seem to like it. My daughters loved it. They ate the whole damn cake in the 4 days that we were there. They still had enough to take, I think, a piece home the ride home, which wasn't bad. It was, in case anybody's wondering, to go from uh, the Garden Seaview Resort in Pattaya to deep Bangkok, where the school is, was 1,700 baht, and then I gave them an extra 300 baht for tolls, so they could just hit the toll. They were home in 2 hours. They got home real quick, and we did pick them up on the way because we made that swing in there to go to that movie theater that had the first class lounge for an hour, which I said was okay. I mean, it's something to see one time, to do if you had a bunch of friends going. It was, like I said, 1,100 baht, I think, each. And the in the movie theater here in Robinson for the recliner seats, I think I want to say it cost me 1,000 baht for the four of us, 250 baht each, maybe more. But and then to get the food and to get the unlimited popcorn and the drinks and all that kind of stuff, because anybody that goes to the theater knows you're going to pay at least what you paid to get in, if not more, to get that big ass deal of popcorn and a human size drink is going to cost you as much as it did for the theater. So anyway, it's something to see. But anyway, we went there, so we picked them up and brought them, so it saved 2,000 baht on that trip, and then sending them, it worked out good. And then my biggest thing, there was a smile on my face all the way home with no traffic. I was a happy camper. Um, I make the best coleslaw. It's keto and it's delicious. Okay. So my mother has me make her a quarter a week. Really? Very, very good. Aaron, I'll clarify what's your location. Just had coleslaw yesterday at Sizzler. Yeah, we were by the Sizzler. We didn't go. It just wasn't. They went when I went to meet Mark at Taco Taco. They dropped me off because it was real close to Terminal 21, and so they dropped me off, and then they went over to Terminal 21 and spent the day there eating and shopping. Two of the top of the rung deals for a Thai lady, three ladies. So they went over there for that. But I didn't go anywhere except for there. They stayed there. We ate breakfast in the morning. The breakfast was very good. And then I ate one more meal in the day, whether it be ordering Subway or, let's see, two Subways and a Burger King. And then once I ate Thai food, I think. So it was good. But I like Sizzler, man. That was a 9 kilo brisket. Maybe next time I'll run two. Yeah, one quick, that's for sure. Sizzler's got nothing on the mayo. Yeah, my biggest thing with Sizzler back in the day was go there and just a giant freaking salad, the unlimited salad bar. And then sometimes I would just throw in a steak or something like that. But mainly I would go there I want to say back in the day it was like $1.99 if you bought a steak meal, and $5.99 or $3.99. Somebody can refresh my. It's been a long time since I've been to the Sizzler in the States. Uh, Rolla gets free pass and I get 10% discount. that because you're young, a young stud? You get a discount. Correct. Okay. Let's see. All right, Brock. Thanks for stopping by. When are you going to be here? I still want to meet up with you somehow. How long? When do you go back? If you're still here, if you haven't already vacated. When Ron walks in the scissor, it's like when Hulk Hogan walks in the ring. My last time, Terminal 21, 3 hours in the discharge both ends. You got movie members cards. Ah, okay. We're heading out Central World Plaza now. All right, Bobby, take it easy. When are you coming back to Sorin? Maybe we'll have to get together and have lunch or something. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Morning to you. Happy New Year. Hope you are well. Maybe we'll hit up Andrew and go to what is it? JJ? I don't know. How come I can AAs? I never remember the hamburger joint. Hey, CJ, Happy New Year's to you. I don't know. Do you actually like Bangkok, Bobby, or do you just go there because Jai tells you have to go there? And I'm just kidding. I'm not a big Bangkok guy. It's like being in downtown LA, man. If I wanted to bump into people and get pushed around, and I guess I would go there, but it looks like a nightmare to have to walk around there. I just wouldn't do it. Go home on the 4th. Okay, well, get a hold of me, and we'll go out and get some lunch or something. Did Andrew ever get his line fixed, or is he still not there? Oh, he's coming here on the 5th. Very cool. Maybe we'll all go to lunch or something. Sounds good to me. Your diamond tier members at I think Paul's done a Sizzler. Have you done a Sizzler video in a while, Paul? I'd be up for a Sizzler video. Just a Jones on looking at the food. Yeah, I kind of envious of the people that do live close to, a mall that has some kind of options besides, we've got KFC, and if I want to drive to Buriram, I can get McDonald's. That's it. Closest Burger King is like 3.5 hours away. I don't like BKK, but we have a condo, stay free, and a taxi around. Well, that kind of helps. Yeah, I'm not a big BKK fan. Ron likes it. You're a sick bastard. Hey, Tip, how you doing? Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Hope the New Year's well to everybody. Here's Paul's. If you guys aren't subscribed, Jake has graciously put up his YouTube channel. I think he's trying to make a run at making money with YouTube. So if you can watch his videos, like them and comment, and that's what the platform's here for. So hopefully he does well. It seems like he's doing good. I like his videos. They're fine, especially if you're going to Bangkok. Definitely gives you an idea of what's available, how much it costs, what the food's like. Look at I'm at 30. That's how acclimated I am to Thailand. Although I am going to lower it to 27. Chip says hi to everybody. Paul, I contacted you. I should find when I do come that way. CJ, you going to be around the 24th, 25th of this month, and I'll come down. I know Maui's probably not here, but Maui wanted me to stop. I'm going to go to Gift and Joe's wedding. Maybe I'll come down an hour earlier and we can all have dinner or lunch or something together. I'll have to find the dates. I have to go back and look. I think it would be like the 24th, 3rd, 4th, something like that. Before, and I'll probably spend a day there, on the way and a day on the way back because I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to rush because I don't think my wife's going to go. Excuse me, I got something in my eye. I think she's going to stay at home. Oh, you got invited to the wedding? That would be cool. Yeah, it should be a fun time, I would think. Let's see. Our regulars are Sizzler. What's Fuji? Black Canyon, and of course Mickey D's. What is Fuji? Black Canyon, I know. That's a coffee place, right? I think. Maybe I don't know. But what is Fuji? Is that a sushi place? Fuji. Mickey D's. That's my. If I wanted to get a fix, like I said, I want to try to eat better, but once a month or something to Mickey D's or twice a month in Buriram. Um, that's fun taking the bike over there. The and then that Oceani's or whatever it is, that sushi place, it's cost me 620 baht or about 700 by the time I tip people and some other stuff I do. Um, and I eat a kilo of freaking salmon raw, of course, and some rolls and some other stuff. And I probably only do that once a month. Not that I want to do it every week, but I don't think it's good for me. Japanese. Okay. I wonder if we have it in Robinson here. I don't think so. It doesn't sound. Is it in Robinson's or is it in the big mall? We didn't got shit here. I'm hoping that they do something. I know that I watched Rob still 20 seconds in Thailand, and they're building a McDonald's and a Tops in Kamala. Really surprised. Ah, you should do sushi there. Okay. Yeah, that Oceana's, it's expensive, Ron, but man, all you could eat 2 hours, and they have steak, they have Thai food, they have everything you could possibly think of. It's unbelievable, and the cuts of sashimi are like this long, this wide, and that half-inch thick. It's just amazing, and I just suck it down. I bring my own low sodium soy sauce, and I bring chili oil, hot chili oil, and I eat a couple of things, and I had the steak last time, and it's outstanding. I don't know if you guys have ever eaten there. Is it off the hook expensive? Kind of, not any more expensive than me going to a all you could eat sushi bar in the States before. I think they were like $30, which would have been around 1,000 baht. So, but tell you what, this place is better than any of the all you could eat places that I ate years ago in the States. Tom yum chicken off the hook. You thought he left? Yeah, 1,200 for three of you at the sushi bar. Because if that's the case, I think the one good one was 600 each. 612. So it'd be an extra, it'd be like 2,000 baht probably. But I took the whole family there. Me, my wife, and I think it cost me 4,500 baht, 5,000 baht. But it is definitely something that if you haven't done it and you like sushi and steak, and they've got higher ones too. The 590 The 500 is usually the one I get because that doesn't include a lot of the Thai food. When I took the family, the 590 encompasses a little bit more sushi, but a hell of a lot of Thai food. And I mean, it's all on your phone. It's on an app. You just press it and verify and send off to the kitchen, and they just keep bringing food. And I know they're all over the place, but no steak. Yeah, you need to try it one time then, because you'll definitely go back. Yeah, bring a big appetite, and It's amazing. You can look them up on Facebook. I wish I knew how to spell it. I will find it for you because it's that good. Let's see. What do I want here? Google Maps. Sushi. Surin. Let's see. OSHINEI. I think. Hold on. Let me see if I don't know if you can see that. Just barely. It's not very, but it's OSHINEL. I think. Serenity. I know they've got them all over the place, but it's freaking outstanding. That's close enough. What did I say? OSHINEL or I? But it's outstanding. Is that where you went? Did you go to that place or no? Because I know they have different ones from 300 baht, I think, up. Um, but it this place is it's off the hook. Like I said, you can see. Let's see if no. Let's see if we can get some of their. There's that salmon sashimi that I was talking about, and you can order 2 pieces, 4 pieces, 10 pieces, 20 pieces. They just have an abundance. Let's see more photos. They have looks like this. Some of one of them. This might be the $1,100 one, bought one. Those are oysters on the half shell. Let's see if they. And then they have tempura stuff. Let's see if I can find rolls. Come on. I'm getting off the beaten path. They should. Do I get money? No, they don't pay me for this. But I was God. They gotta have. Come on. I mean, there's a big tray of salmon sashimi. But yeah, you can pretty much order whatever you want, and the rolls are outstanding. I'm not big on too much. I had their California roll and their spicy spicy salmon roll, but excellent food. But it seems like we're dropping off. So either the football game started back up. There's a whole bunch of different, and that'll be the last. We're down to 8 people, and I think it must be almost time to go. We have one at the Cinnamon Robinson, and oh, very cool. And you've been to it or no? Maybe that's what you mean, but no steak. You're getting the 350 baht one, probably 36910. Maybe you did do that. Cool. I don't know, man. I go in and get the 500 because basically the only thing from the 590 is the abundance of Thai food, which I can eat anytime I want. So if I'm there, I want sushi, or the steak was outstanding. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So anyway, let's see. I talked to my stepson in England. He wants to holiday in Thailand soon. So lovely to hear that. Cool. Very cool. Hopefully he'll come visit me and Soren. All right, everybody. As usual, you guys are the best, man. Thanks for putting up with me. I had a great time. I'll probably, unless I go to errands on Saturday, then I'll probably do it on Sunday or Monday. But if I don't go, if I go to errands on Sunday or Monday, maybe I'll go Monday because the old lady will be working. I'll have to talk to Aaron about that. I don't want whatever's convenient for him. But then I'll probably do one on Saturday. So everybody, let's see. Let me go here, and then I play that one. All I got to do is press it with the new feature that they have here. Thanks, everybody. Everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. You guys are the best, and I will catch you on the next one.